Hey y'all, welcome to another video. You could call today a thrifting video because it's more or less based on thrifting. I've been in the thrifting game for a while. I've done Amazon FBA. I'm a current eBay seller. I'm a thrifter. I'm a reseller. Um, there's pros and cons to it. Some people love resellers. Some people hate resellers. Keep in mind, guys, that reselling is an honest way of making money. We're not out here dealing crack cocaine. We're not out here selling methamphetamines. We're actually doing a real part-time job that we make money. If I go pick up an antique for 20 bucks down the road and I sell it for 100 bucks, what the fuck is it your business whether I made a few bucks off that? That's me making an honest living for myself and my family. So I don't understand the bad attitudes with resellers. Hey, we hate resellers. I don't understand it because we're out here trying to make an honest living, an honest buck. You know, it's just ridiculous. The game has changed. Like, no longer can resellers really depend on Goodwill, which we were depending on Goodwill a lot for our inventory. We can't go to Goodwill and do that anymore. They cut the reseller off by moving to an eBay setup. Goodwill basically sends anything of value to eBay and basically leaves trash for the customers in the store. And a lot of people want to blame resellers, but I got to remind you, us resellers are not rich by any means. I remember when I was selling VCRs that I was getting from Goodwill a few years back. I was barely getting by, guys. I wasn't getting rich off of it at all. That's why I don't understand all the bad attitudes about resellers. They say to us, "Oh, you guys are the reason why Goodwill shut down. Why Goodwill sends everything to eBay right now." I disagree. I think Goodwill is doing that because they're a bunch of greedy scumbags that don't give a fuck about anyone, the community. They don't care about resellers, which we're just honest people trying to make an honest living. But anyway, guys, I'm going to start the video by saying if you haven't liked, subscribe, or share, do that. Am I being a little dramatic today? Maybe. But I get fired up about all these issues. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to share this video with a fellow thrifting friend. The first thing I wanted to open up is say, lately I've been to a lot of thrift stores. Some of them, it really depends on the attitude of the person running the store. Some are going to give you a good deal. Some aren't going to give you a good deal. Some are going to keep prices low for resellers like myself. Like, I ran into a thrifting owner the other day. She said she's keeping her shop prices low for people like me that thrift. And then I wanted to start today with a quote. What's up with flea market prices? I thought flea markets were supposed to be a place where you could go get stuff dirt cheap. But I've been to a couple flea markets, local flea markets. I walk in these flea markets, they literally want eBay prices or higher for the items. I thought the whole purpose of a flea market was to get cheaper items, but they have them marked up to full eBay prices, if not higher than eBay. Like, I went into a flea store the other day. They wanted $30 for a Nintendo game. I don't think you can even get that on eBay. I don't think the Nintendo games are even selling for 30 bucks. Yes, some of them probably are. But they had like $30 on a basic Nintendo game. I think it might have been a Mario Brothers Nintendo game, but they had it listed for like $30. So flea stores are overpricing right now. I don't understand that. Goodwill is nothing but a scam. Literally, they send everything of value to eBay. And not only are they fucking the customers over, but they're also fucking us resellers over that were barely getting by before that. Barely getting by before that. You know, and right now I'll start the video, guys, by saying some things that can improve your chances on eBay, that you're gonna be able to make more sales, things like that. Right now I haven't been happy with eBay's fees right now are just absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, they seem to be pricing themselves right out of the market. I actually had fees written down. I wanted to show you a recent sale I had, which I doubt I'll find it in this video because that's how it is. I have my notebook right here, but I can't find the actual page I wrote that stuff down because I wanted to share it with you guys. One of my recent sales. I don't know if I can find it or not. Probably not. Okay, here we go. All right, so I had a recent sale, guys, of a G.I. Joe. It was a 1964, I believe, 1964, 63 G.I. Joe. And I just wanted to show you guys how crazy eBay fees are right now. eBay is raping us with fees. So anyway, the G.I. Joe figure was like a 12-inch doll. It was listed at $69.99. That's what I listed it at because it was a 1964 G.I. Joe, like a foot long. The sales tax was $5.25. So the customer spent $75.21, I believe, out the door. It's like 75.21 or 75.24. So they spent $75 with tax. The transaction fee that would come out of my money, the transaction fee for that $69.99 purchase was $10.63. That was just the transaction fee. Where the fuck does eBay get off thinking they can charge me $10.63 transaction fee on a $70 sale? They're charging me $10.63. That is fucking high, guys. And then my shipping label cost me $8.40 because I believe I had free shipping marked at the time. So the $8.40 came off that $69.99 because again I had free shipping. And then this is what really pisses me off, guys. I guess eBay has recently redone their ad fees. I try to keep my fees below 10%. That's what I really try to do. But apparently now they're redoing their promoted listings. I need to know more about this. If you know specifically what the changes were to the promoted listings, can you please leave in the comments for myself and others that don't really know what the recent change was? I know I recently had a listing and I was going to adjust the promoted listing percentage and it wouldn't let me. So some of these listings, you literally have to cancel the listing in order to redo the promotional listing because eBay is not letting you edit it at certain points in the sale. They're not going to let you edit stuff, which I think is also kind of crooked because I wanted to adjust my promotional percentage, but it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me change the listing. So you may literally have to cancel a listing in order to see what the promotional percentage is at. You can set it yourself. I try to stay below 10%. On some things, I'll go 12%. But eBay lately, guys, has gotten really greedy, you know. And again, just summarize for you guys, $69.99 is what I sold the G.I. Joe for. They paid $5.25 in taxes. The transaction fee comes out of my money. $10.63 on $70, guys. That is fucking high. The shipping label, $8.40. That came out of my pocket. And the ad fee gets me, guys, $8.28 ad fee. For a fucking ad, guys. I was paying 20 to 40 cents an ad click on Amazon, guys. That's what I normally pay on Amazon for a click, which means someone clicks on my Amazon listing, which you can find my shirt in the comments, guys. I'm going to leave a shirt link in the comments. You can click on my Amazon shirt and buy it right now if you want. But with Amazon ads, guys, I'm like 20 to 40 cents. eBay's charging $8.28 for one click to a sale is basically what that was. It was a click to a sale, which means the customer clicked on my promoted listing and it ended up converting to a sale. So for that click to a sale on the ad, just the ad itself was $8.28. That is fucking highway robbery, guys. So we're literally getting bent over by eBay right now. So out of that $69.99 after fees, shipping, everything, I walked away with $42.68. And then you have to take the $5 that I actually paid for the doll at an antique shop. I paid $5 for that doll. Got a super good deal on it. So I'd have to take my $5 out of that $42.68 and then take like a dollar or two from bubble wrap because I had bubble wrapped the G.I. Joe before I shipped it. But anyway, guys, let's try to get into some of the main points of this video. I'm going to have to backtrack on my my notebook here. Just going to take me a second to find these things, guys. I basically made a whole list for you guys. So let's get into some things that you guys can do to improve your sales, get more sales. The first thing I'd recommend for your eBay store, eBay listings, is keep a good reputation, guys. That's me when you get an order, pack it up good. Make sure that you ship it correctly with the proper bubble wrap and other shipping to make it nice. You know, if you were the customer getting this package, would you be satisfied? The number one thing you guys can do to increase sales, in my opinion, is if inventory is sitting in eBay, why don't you send out an offer? I like to do a 10% offer, which is basically I kick a 10% discount to a customer, and those can lead to sales. I know my friend Jay, who watches these videos, he was selling baseball cards, and he said that he would send out offers constantly and people would accept the offers. He was getting shit tons of sales from sending offers. So send offers on eBay. That's one thing you can do to increase sales on eBay is send out offers. Number two, keep your advertising costs low if possible. If eBay is giving you the option, I would keep it at 10% or less. That means 10% of your sale is going to go to ads. So if you sell something for $10, then 10% of that would be $1, right? So, or if it was $100, your sale was $100, 10% of that would be $10. So anyway, guys, you kind of just have to do the math. I'm actually going to keep my door open. It's wicked hot. I got to take my keys out of my car. But another thing you guys can do to improve your sales on eBay, guys, is you can, keep the advertising costs at 10%. That's what I recommend. Make sure that promotional listings are working for you and only promote listings that you feel is going to really pay off. So send out offers, keep advertising at 10%. Use those promotional buttons. Make sure you're promoting the listings that it's necessary. Like I sell sink snakes professionally on eBay. So that's an item I'm going to promote because it's a hot selling item. There's a lot of sellers on the listing, so I wouldn't bother getting into it. Usually the hot sellers like that are saturated, which sink snakes are saturated. Lucky for me, I got in the game like 8 years ago. So to this day, I still sell sink snakes on eBay. Might even be able to leave a link for that in the comments section. We'll just leave links for everything. Maybe I'll leave a link back to this video. Anyway, guys, another thing that you can do to improve your sales on eBay is why not offer free shipping? Why not offer free shipping? That's what I like to do. Most of my sales probably have free shipping on it. Another thing you guys can do is charge calculated shipping. So if you live in New Hampshire, obviously it's going to cost you a shit ton of money to send to California. But if you do calculated shipping, basically the customer is going to cover that cost. If they live in California, you live in New Hampshire, the customer is going to cover that heavy shipping cost because it's calculated shipping and based on the weight, size of the item, and the distance that package is traveling. So that would be calculated shipping, guys. You can choose that if you want the customer to pay for the shipping. Another thing I like to do that can help with overall sales and stuff is I like to charge flat rate shipping. So if I know it's going to take me a half hour, I might charge an extra $5 on flat rate to pay me for some of my time. Like I like to charge $10 out the door for my sink snake shipping. It might only cost $6.50, $6.75 to ship the snake, but why can't I keep an extra $3 for the half hour it took me to go downtown and the gas it took me to ship these items? So it's pretty fair. I like to keep in the description that my flat rate includes my time. I might only be getting paid $2, $3 for a half hour work. So it works out for everybody, and I've never one time gotten a complaint because I keep my flat rate shipping fair. I'll do like $10 if it's a small item. If it's a large item, I'll charge like $20. So calculated shipping, guys, when the customer pays for it, if they live far away, they're going to pay that calculated shipping based on where they live. So flat rate shipping, you can choose the amount, which could include a couple dollars to pay yourself. I don't know if eBay specifically aligned with that, but I know that's what I've done, and I haven't received any complaints from any customers. If you can keep your eBay ratings high, like I have 100% positive feedback. It's because I've never intentionally fucked somebody over. I think on Amazon, I had one sketchy return because I hadn't shipped it properly, or it was eBay. I can't remember what platform it was, but I hadn't shipped a larger item that well, and I ended up getting a complaint. So what did I learn from that 5-6 years ago? Don't take any fucking shortcuts with shipping. Do everything by the book. Bubble wrap shit. Pay the extra $3 for the bubble wrap. It's going to make your customer feel like you put in some effort into making that sale. You can again, number 6 I have listed, you can utilize dollar stores for packaging. Like I like to go to my local dollar store down the road. It's like a $1.50 store now. But I can get cheap packaging. I can get a bubble envelope for $1.50. I can get packaging tape for $1.50. So utilize your dollar store for some of those cheaper items. If you're not using flat rate envelopes or flat rate boxes, then you're probably going, first class, which I don't think they call it first class anymore. I think it's called Ground Advantage. But you can use those dollar store shipping envelopes for, things like first class, Ground Advantage that isn't flat rate shipping. You want to have, they sell bubble envelopes. If it's a small item, bubble wrap it and put it in a bubble envelope. So the customer feels like you gave a shit. And then as a side note, guys, if it's something fragile, let the post office know. Hey, Bob, the postal worker, this is a fragile item. I'd like to mark this package fragile. They're going to put fragile all over the package. It's going to go in the fragile pile in the back room, in the fragile pile. Keep your customer service 100%, guys. Keep your customers' feelings into consideration. How is this person going to feel when they get my G.I. Joe? That's why I bubble wrapped it, and I put it in a bubble wrapped envelope, and I also went above on the shipping and sent it to him for priority mail. So I know he's going to right off the bat be like, oh, wow, priority mail, cool. Oh, wow, he bubble wrapped it, cool. Oh, wow, the envelope's bubble wrapped. So he's going to right off the bat tell that I didn't fuck around when it came to treating him with some respect. Am I going to roll out the red carpet for someone paying me only a couple of dollars? No, but I think fair shipping, and putting yourself in the customer's shoes. Hey, would I be happy if I got this package? So that's how you do it, guys. But utilize those dollar stores, Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, all these dollar stores to get those cheap packaging, guys. Sourcing is going to be a pain in the ass. You could use Facebook meetups. I recommend doing that in public places with a person with you. I don't recommend going alone anymore just because the chances of getting robbed or mugged or having your money stolen is so high. So if it involves cash, why not say, hey, meet me at the police station? If the person's honest, they'll do it because they have nothing to hide. A criminal won't meet you at the police station to do a cash swap. Somebody honest like me, I would go to the police station to meet you because I have nothing to hide. So don't be afraid to tell a Facebook meetup guy, hey, we're meeting in public. We're meeting at Applebee's parking lot, which is on camera. Places that are on camera so that you can have evidence if anything goes wrong or goes down. Take a person with you. Maybe take a concealed weapon with you in case they try to rob you or something. You got to protect yourself nowadays because this world's fucked up. Can we all agree on that? So sourcing is going to be a pain in the ass. Goodwill has cut out the thrifter. That's one of the main reasons why they did it, is to fuck people over like me, which they totally did. But guess what? Karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch. And you know what? You can only be a scumbag so long before something catches up to you. Like maybe the people that are doing this to all of us, they might just drop dead of a heart attack because God says enough is enough of your bullshit and greed. Goodwill, I recently heard they wouldn't even help a homeless woman needed shoes. They wouldn't even help that person. They wouldn't even help that. A cop went into Goodwill and said, hey, can we get this homeless person outside a pair of shoes? Goodwill wouldn't even do it. They made the cop buy a pair of shoes right there. That's how greedy they are. Can you find some good shit at Goodwill here and there? Yeah. But they send anything of value to eBay, guys. Like in my area, I live on the East Coast. They have eBay New England, guys, which is a collection of New England states. That's where my local Goodwill send everything to get on eBay websites. And they may move some inventory around. I'm sure they do that. Like if a store needs clothes, they can ship clothes. But most of their valuable shit goes right to eBay. So where to actually look for places to buy, I'd say you could look on eBay. You could buy cheaper items. You could go to eBay auctions and bid on items. Like if it's a lot of video games for a dirt cheap price that you think you can profit off of, why not buy that lot of games for $20 if it's, 20 games for $20? You might get a steal, guys, and be able to profit if you just play your cards right. You can bid on eBay auctions. You can buy it now on eBay. You could go on Amazon, buy good deals. You could, go to local Goodwills and see if there's any thrifting items that you might be able to flip, which is going to be few and far between, guys, because Goodwill, like I said, they send almost everything of value and leave just trash for their customers out on the floor. I know this because I've been in the Goodwill game a long time, guys. I used to source VCRs. I used to look for Sony VCRs from Goodwill, and I'd flip them on Amazon. You know, I mean, people are going to say that Goodwill is just doing the same shit I was doing, sending stuff to eBay. But I was a poor guy. Poor guy. I wasn't a multi-million-dollar executive making hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, I was the poor guy down the road with $20 in his account. And I was trying to sell a VCR so I could take my mom out for ice cream. So I wasn't the big scumbag. Everybody makes all of us resellers out to be a bunch of scumbags. But we're really just normal people like you that try to do things that are legal. Like, you know, reselling is legal. Like if I go down the road and find a yard sale and I find a Sony VCR and I flip it online, then good for me. You know, rather than hating on people like me, why not, you know, be happy that I'm not out here selling drugs or beating the shit out of someone down the road? Why not be like, hey, Steve's making an honest living. He's not harming anyone in the community. Good for him. But no, we'll still get people in the comments, even this video, saying resellers are the problem. Maybe the system's the problem. Maybe people like me aren't the problem. Maybe I shouldn't have to have fucking 10 side hustles just to get by. Like, for example, I'm an affiliate for a couple companies. I work for Helium 10, which I'll leave a discount code. Get Cheddar 20 is the code. All one word. I think it's first letters capitalized. Get Cheddar 20 is a code that you can use. I do that as a hustle. I do Merch Informer. I'm an affiliate for Merch Informer, which you can use coupon 113 for that. I'll leave all these discount codes in the description, guys, of this video. And then I sell on Amazon. I have like 500 shirts. I'm going to leave a link below. You can check out my Amazon line of clothing and cups. This year has been a nightmare. Like this month, guys, I haven't sold anything on my Amazon store. And like I said, I have 500 products on Amazon. And a lot of my designs are really super good. I designed them all myself. So sourcing, why don't you look at yard sales? That's what I'm looking at right now, guys, because I know that Goodwill's not going to be a place I can go and find thrifting items. I'm going to have to go to fucking yard sales now. Like the other day, me and my girlfriend were driving by a yard sale. I pulled over, left my girlfriend in the car. She didn't want to go out and check it out. I went out and checked the tables out. I'm looking for certain items. I'm looking for antique toys. I'm looking for really super cool items. So yard sales, you want to check out some yard sales. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for yard sales. I also still go like thrifting to different places. Like if I see a mom and pop thrift store, I'm going to check that out. You know, I have thrift stores all over my state. So me and my girlfriend are starting to go to all these thrift stores just to get good sources. Like 10 miles down the road, I have a woman that runs a thrift store that says she's going to give us good prices. And then so yard sales is going to be a big ticket because you can't count on Goodwill anymore. You really can't. And then finally, guys, number 8 is going to wrap up the video is with your pricing on eBay, check the sold listings. You can check out any item. You know, if there's let's see here. If this water bottle was worth money, I could go on eBay and check the sold listings and find out what that water bottle is selling for. That way I know what to price my item. That in conjunction with a promoted listing at a good rate for you that works, maybe free shipping, maybe some really excellent photos, which photos are going to be a big part of your listing. Make sure the photos are spot on. But guys, don't forget to buy one of my shirts. I'm going to leave a popular shirt in the comment section with all the discount codes. Thrifters, please raise your voice in the comment section with anything to add that can help even new people. Like I have a person in my family that's a young person that's learning about eBay that I've been teaching how to make listings. I let her make some of my listings on eBay just so that she can learn. That way, when she turns 18 years old with her own bank account, she can start hustling and making money on the side. So it's all about passing on the wisdom, guys. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to buy a shirt for your mom and your sister in the comment section. Till next time, Steve-O signing out.